Imagine waking up in ancient Rome nearly 2,000 years ago. The city is already alive before sunrise. Traders are setting up stalls, bakers are pulling fresh bread from ovens, and people are hurrying through crowded streets. If you were wealthy, you might live in a large house called a domus, complete with servants, courtyards, and beautiful mosaics. But most Romans weren't rich. Many lived in tall apartment buildings called insulae. These were often cramped, noisy, and sometimes dangerous, with fires and collapses being common. The streets were packed with people from all over the empire, speaking different languages and bringing goods from distant lands. Rome wasn't just a city. It was the center of one of the largest empires the world had ever seen. Work, food, and daily life. For most Romans, life revolved around work. Merchants sold goods in busy markets, craftsmen made everything from jewelry to furniture, and laborers carried heavy loads through the city. Food depended largely on wealth. Ordinary Romans ate bread, olives, vegetables, and porridge made from grains. The wealthy enjoyed lavish banquets featuring fish, exotic fruits, honey cakes, and expensive spices imported from across the empire. One thing almost everyone drank was wine, although it was often diluted with water. Public baths were a major part of Roman life. People visited not only to wash, but also to socialize, exercise, and discuss business. For many Romans, the baths were the equivalent of a modern gym, cafe, and community center combined. Entertainment and spectacles. Romans loved entertainment. One of the most famous venues was the Colosseum, where thousands of spectators gathered to watch events. Gladiators fought in dramatic contests that could make them famous throughout the empire. There were also animal displays, public celebrations, and grand spectacles designed to impress the crowds. Chariot racing was even more popular. At the enormous Circus Maximus, over 100,000 people could gather to watch teams race around a massive track. Fans passionately supported their favorite racing colors, much like modern sports supporters. Entertainment wasn't just a pastime. It was a way for emperors to gain popularity and keep the public happy. Power, society, and family. Roman society was highly structured. At the top were wealthy senators and powerful political figures. Below them were merchants, craftsmen, and ordinary citizens. Enslaved people formed a significant part of the workforce and could be found in homes, farms, mines, and businesses throughout the empire. Family was extremely important. The oldest male in the household usually held considerable authority over family decisions. Children attended school if their families could afford it, learning reading, writing, and mathematics. Women generally had fewer legal rights than men, but some wealthy Roman women managed businesses, owned property, and influenced society in important ways. Life in Rome depended greatly on your social status, wealth, and place within the family. The legacy of ancient Rome. Despite existing thousands of years ago, ancient Rome still influences our lives today. The Romans built extensive road networks that connected vast territories. They developed impressive aqueducts that transported fresh water across long distances. Many legal systems around the world contain ideas that can be traced back to Roman law. Even modern languages such as Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, and Romanian evolved from Latin, the language spoken by the Romans. When we look at government, engineering, architecture, and language, we can still see Rome's fingerprints everywhere. The empire may have fallen centuries ago, but its influence continues to shape the modern world in ways most of us never even notice.